Tell them that. Put that controller down.
Okay, we need to delete because that's Daddy, it's still gonna stop. Daddy, it's
I
still
told you
gonna
not to
stop.
touch the button. Why isn't that Pop-Tart on a plate or a paper towel? Go get one.
So she said, wow, just because we haven't talked in a while doesn't mean I don't think of you as my best friend. I don't just throw time away like that because of distance. I didn't say the time was thrown away. Me and Deborah don't talk to each other anymore. We still have the memories that we had.
Do you? Because y'all didn't talk about it. Well, unless you just keep it.
Well, I didn't tell you this, but me and Candace had decided we wasn't going to the reunion, right? Candace went. She went to the brunch thing on Sunday. She went because Deborah reached out to her and asked her would she want to go. And she was like, well, I don't know. But they had talked for about an hour or something. So she decided to go to the brunch. So she said they had a really good conversation. They were just catching up kind of on what was happening with, having babies during the pandemic. Because apparently Deborah got pregnant again and had another baby during the pandemic. So they were catching up. So Deborah says to Candace, I don't know if I ever told you this, but the four of us called ourselves, we made up a name for ourselves when we was in high school. Deborah says to Candace, yeah, we should get the Baduka Dimes back together.
You did tell me that.
And Candace laughed about it with her, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And she was like, so I'm going to tell you this. This is Candace talking. She was like, this is nothing Deborah has said to me. But, like, based off of conversations that I've had with her, it sounds like she has moved past whatever made her angry to the point that she could probably, like, interact with you. And I was like, well, we've interacted with each other because we had to interact with each other for your bridal shower, for your bachelorette stuff, for your wedding. So it was never a question of us interacting with each other. And she was like, well, she said, I get the feeling that not necessarily that it could be a friendship, but we could like all hang out together. And I was like, she was like, I don't know if you still have beef with her. And I was like, I never really had beef with her it was, I realized the person that she had become was no longer safe for me. Especially when she accused me of some shit. So it just wasn't safe for me anymore. But I thought that was interesting.
That's very interesting.
So I don't talk about Deborah because I don't have recent memories of Deborah. Like, I don't talk to you about high school a lot at all. If I talk to you about high school, all of my stories about high school would surround me, Candace, Deborah, and why can I not think of her name? The girl you used to work with at Enterprise.
Kalina.
Who? No. Deanna. Yeah, I think that's her name. All my memories are in high school are surrounding that. So this is what I said to here. I said, she said, I don't just throw time away like that because of distance. I said, I wouldn't think you could go 5 weeks without talking to someone you consider your best friend. That's why I brought it up before. I knew you had grown distant and didn't really share the details of your life with me anymore. So after that, I waited to see if something would change, and it didn't. You were getting close to that other girl, so I left it where it was. It hurt, but I felt like I couldn't be the only one invested in fixing things. So now she's typing a response.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season, with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. That is not going to be enough because they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's returnable now for Smith. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the official look at their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. A give running left, it's Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball around, or you can decide to throw it up because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Boy, you lose so much stuff.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Let's take it at around the 40. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also is a much margin for error for this team.
What did she say?
Right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. So they take 6 steps by Mitchell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Come on, Kingston. I come in there. What did I do? You just clean so you might catch.
Second down. Bridgewater.
Okay, can you get on my ear with that, dude? Kingston might be at his game, Aiden. His baseball game.
Baseball? He plays baseball?
Yes.
Well, I never knew that. How do you know?
Because I know.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He'll get that one to Mitchell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Bridgewater. He'll take a shot to the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room and their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in the conference.
Second down, back to Sanders. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
What is not right now?
No. Well, what kind of question is that, Aiden?
What? What do you say?
What kind of question is that? How do you not know what not right now means?
I don't know what not right now means. That's why I said, what is not right now?
So we tell you that you can't do something right now. You don't know what that means? Because that's exactly what Mommy said.
So, when can you?
When Mommy say you can.
Well, that's gonna be like 10 summers.
Okay.
Actually, 4 songs.
Well, then that's when it'll be.
Passing game because it was
If
evident
that's
right
what you
there.
think.
It looks like a simple pitching
Or
strategy,
it could
but
be
you and I both
8.
know that they have planned for
Daddy
this.
recommended 4 songs.
And this will be
Because
good for a pickup of 9
it only
with
takes
26.
4 years for me to be 10.
Big as the play that
Okay.
preceded him is
Don't play.
gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good lead to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd and 1. Burrow. He's
Let
going
me
to
stop.
deep
Hit
left
that
side
back.
here. His second touchdown of the season. As he's got his own first up
Yeah,
this
that's why you
season.
can't even lift the weight. Let me lift it. Aiden. See?
Santos with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0.
Please get from by the TV with that.
Watch this. Oh, wow.
Now following the touchdown, off Richter to kick off. Take it in at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those
Come on,
plays,
let's
try
work
those
out.
spots, and get your offense moving.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Right back to him on first down.
Did my hand just got to move?
With a 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On 2nd down now, it's Mitchell. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Down to the 25. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Bridgewater to throw it. And that's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time it was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He finds his man, complete. It's Barton. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They'll try the left side. Mitchell. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bulls are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man here is Conklin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Bridgewater again. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, a field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. Bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go. Hey, can. 12.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
11 mighty.
Again, it's Burrow. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down, Bridgewater again. He'll have a first down past the 40.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively. Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Not much there, only a yard.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Bridgewater's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
1st down. Here's Burrow going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, Mitchell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they get the flag for pass interference. Big call there on 4th down.
But it's the right call, and as much as I want to see them play through incidental contact, he's definitely there too early.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
2nd and 10.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That is taken in by the tight end fan. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
They gotta go.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be, 38 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying,
oh, now Breida loses it. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Denver, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.